3 years ago, my sister died, but last night, I heard her voice. Let me back up. She was 17. We were fighting that morning about cereal. By dinner, she was gone. Car accident. No goodbye. Just silence. My mom never packed her room, just locked it and put the key in a box in the attic. The door hasn't been opened since the funeral. We pretended that part of the house didn't exist. It wasn't always like this. Before she died, our house felt alive. Even when we argued, it felt normal. Now it's like the upstairs is frozen in time. Cold. Office. I live in the basement now. My parents moved to the main floor. None of us talk about her. It's like we're afraid she might hear us. But 2 weeks ago, I started hearing noises from upstairs. Footsteps, floorboards creaking. It always happens at 11:30 p.m. I tried to ignore it, told myself it was just the house settling, but it wasn't. Every night it got clearer, louder. Then came the voice, the first time I was half asleep. It whispered my name, Liam. It wasn't a trick of the mind. It was her voice, software familiar. Tired, like when she used to wake me up for school. I didn't sleep at all that night. The next morning I went upstairs, first time in years. The hallway felt wrong. Time didn't move up there. And at the end of the hall, her door, still locked. But now there were scratches around the doorknob, deep ones, like fingernails. I asked my mom. She whispered, "Don't talk about that room." That's all she'd say. That night I went to the attic. The key was still there. I held it in my hand for 10 minutes before I could even breathe. At exactly 11:30, I stood outside her door. Then came the voice, closer this time. "Liam." It was right behind the door. I dropped the key and ran. The next day, I found a note under the door. "It's not me." I should have left it alone. But curiosity eats at you, makes you do dumb things. I searched online for stories of people hearing voices in locked rooms. There were thousands. Some sounded eerily similar. One post from 2014 described a house in Pennsylvania. Girl dies, family locks her room. Then a year later, her brother hears her voice. He opened the door. He vanished. Police never found him. Another case, this time in Oregon. Family hears noises from a sealed bedroom. They set up a baby monitor. It picks up crying and laughter. The voice on the monitor repeated one thing over and over. "You buried the wrong one." I didn't know what to make of it. But these weren't isolated. Something connects them. People losing siblings, voices behind locked doors, things pretending to be someone they're not. I started digging into folklore. In Filipino legend, there's the tiyanak, a creature that mimics the voice of a dead child to lure people in. In parts of Appalachia, they warn never to answer when you hear a dead loved one's voice calling. If you open the door, it comes in, and they don't leave. I read about something called a familiar shadow, a thing that learns your loved one's habits, speech, even memories. It only needs you to let it in. Last night, I lost control. I put on noise-canceling headphones, cranked white noise. But at 11:30 sharp, even through the static, I heard it. "Liam, please." Not pleading, just patient. Like it knew I'd give in eventually. I ripped the headphones off. And there it was, another note under the door. This one said, "You're almost ready." I called my mom at work, begged her to tell me the truth. After a long pause, she whispered, "Your sister wasn't the first." I didn't understand. She said, "The people who lived here before us, their son died. Same room, same way, same voice. They moved away and never came back. She said the attic had been nailed shut when we bought the house. I went back up, slowly, in daylight. This time I noticed something new. The door wasn't just scratched. There were symbols, carved lightly into the frame. Not words, glyphs, protective sigils. I looked them up. One meant binding. Another meant containment. Someone locked that room on purpose, not to preserve memory, but to trap something in. Tonight is the anniversary of her death. It's already started. The creaks, the quiet knocks. And this time, the door handle moved. Just a twitch. I can't sleep, I won't. I taped the key back into the attic box, but I think it's too late now, because there's a voice outside my basement door. It's not my sister, but it knows my name. I thought about leaving, packing my stuff and driving through the night. But something keeps me here. Not fear, exactly. It's like obsession. Like it wants me to open the door, but also wants me to understand it first. This morning I went through my sister's journals, hidden behind her dresser. She wrote, "I keep waking up at 11:30. The door across the hall clicks, but everyone's asleep. Mom thinks I'm dreaming, but I'm not." The last entry said, "I think there's another me. It's in the mirror sometimes. It smiles wrong. I think it wants my life." I don't know if she saw it coming, or if it took her that day and left something behind. Right now, it's almost 11:30, and the door isn't knocking anymore. It's breathing. Long, slow breaths through the gap at the bottom of the door. I think it knows I'm still awake, and it's waiting. This hive never sleeps, and neither do the whispers. If the shadows spoke to you tonight, leave a like. If they whispered something familiar, leave a comment. And if you want to hear more, you know where to come back. This is Black Hive, and you're one of us now.